You are entering ENC's Pod of Awesomeness.
So, Birdman, here we are. Q&A episode this week, which could be loosely translated as we were too lazy to call anyone.
Actually, that's usually the translation, but not this time. I think we both just had kind of jam-packed weeks. And
a lot of stuff.
I had a couple guests lined up, but we'll just curb those for.
We'll save them.
We'll
put them in the queue.
There's lots of weeks to come, so we don't have to rush it. That's
hopefully, yeah.
I mean, unless we had canceled this week.
Yeah, I drove up to Canada for the weekend, 15 hours up. Yeah, took care of some business up there. And in cleaning up, kind of my mom's place and everything, guess what I found that I forgot I had?
What?
Game used Martin Brodier stick. How do you forget that?
First of all, how do you forget that you had that? Arguably, with the greatest. Well, it's hard to say greatest goalie, but he's definitely top 5.
He's in the discussion for pretty much everyone. Yeah.
Does he have most wins?
He does.
So
I think most shutouts, most wins, most playoff wins.
Didn't you interview him for something once?
I did, and I think that's where the stick came from. WWE used to do that, interview a celebrity for WWE.com, or another athlete, something like that. And I think like Beth interviewed Lucy Lawless, Xena, the Warrior Princess, and I interviewed Brodier because they knew I was a big Brodier fan, and that was when his book had come out, and. I remember the book, getting an autographed book from him, but I also got a stick, a game used stick, which is pretty badass considering he's like my favorite player of all time.
Right.
But I forgot.
No, that's cool. Huh. Well, I mean,
it's just like, but you know what's else is so crazy? And I told this story to my uncles this week, and I was like, I used to do a lot of appearances in Toronto for the March of Dimes and Special Olympics and really, really good, fun stuff where you felt like you were actually doing something, right?
Right.
So it's this one March of Dimes dinner, and they have a head table up on stage, and we're all supposed to get up and speak, and not like keynote speaking, but just a speech from all of us at this table. So I'm sitting there at this table, and it's, Doug Gilmour, Wendell Clark, I think Dion Phaneuf, Mark Messier, and there was maybe it was Ted Lindsay. I mean, just these huge big names in hockey. Players.
Yeah.
And me. And I'm like, which one of these things doesn't belong?
One of these kids is doing his own thing, huh?
Right? And so that night, I see Messier, and I'm like, hey, Moose, man, good to meet you, man. He's like, yeah, we met before. Fuck. How do you forget meeting Mark Messier? And I don't have the excuse of like I was imbibing any kind of anything into my system. I just I think there's a whole decade there of just speed traveling that is kind of gone to me. So I met Mark Messier, forgot, he called me on it, and there we go.
Yeah, and that's and put that in perspective. It's not just any other hockey player like Mark Messier, multiple times.
It's Mark Messier, man.
Stanley Cup champion, a Hall of Famer. He played for the Edmonton Oilers and then later the New York Rangers, where he won a Stanley Cup with the Rangers as well. And they had been in a big Stanley Cup
after 54 years.
And their backs were against the wall, and they were down going into Game 6, and he guaranteed a victory. And then he scored
against New Jersey. And
he scored the goal in overtime to send it to the 7th game. So, I mean, that shows you right there, the caliber
got 2 goals
of the player. Yeah, insane. Yeah. Insane that you forgot.
Yeah. So there you go.
So you made your way up to Canada. You're back safe and sound?
Yeah, back. And, but...
Did anybody ask about me up there?
No. And the reason I bring that up is just to illustrate what a busy week it was.
Yeah.
It was the week that was busy. What did you do? You didn't do anything. What do you do?
Yeah, I did. I had a lot of stuff going on. Well, first of all,
were you the Tampa Bay Lightning social media ambassador again and turn your back completely on the Leafs once again?
No, I went down. I was at the Performance Center this week for a couple days.
Hey, Adam, guess what? I was guest coach for Shawn Michaels again, eh? You know him as a Heartbreak Kid. Some call him the Heartbreak Kinder, huh?
Yeah. Nils Naskris. So I did that for a couple days. That was cool. Always enjoyed doing that. A lot of fun chatting with the talent down there. And then there is a lot of talent, so that was fun. And I had some press interviews and stuff for Night Fight, the show that's coming up January 23rd. That's coming up on History. So I'm excited about that. Like I said before, the show is going to be insane, right? Like, I mean, just these nights, they're actual nights. Like, this is what these guys do. They fight in this armored combat league. It's also been known as armored MMA, so to speak. These guys go out with blunted weapons, but they're full scale and weight, and the action and just the physicality of it is incredible. And I really hope everybody checks it out January 23rd on History, because, man, I was really, really happy and proud of this show, and I just can't wait for it to be out.
Well, and here's what ruined my Wednesday evening, if you must know. I'm sitting Vikings down. I'm getting ready to watch Vikings. I know this is a really pivotal episode for my character. It's been a slow build and burn throughout the Iceland storyline, and I knew this was the episode where it all kind of comes to a head. Yeah, I'm like, right, okay, there's some cool scenes coming up here, and then I hear your stupid voice on the commercial before it comes back, and it spoiled everything. It was It was like a mold on your cheese or something. You're all excited and you crack open because you're eating cheese or something, and you open it up and it's all moldy.
Yeah, or you want to be on History. Toast and peanut butter on History Channel yourself. I got to get there also. So I mean, I guess the long and short is that we're taking over the History Channel. Really,
pretty much. Yeah.
Not to put ourselves over anything.
Who would have called that?
Yeah. And actually, the cool thing is that, we are going to be following Vikings. Vikings will be the lead-in for Night Fight. So that's pretty cool. It'll be like 2 full hours of ENC in these other shows.
Like coming at you, right, left.
So exciting stuff for both of us.
Yeah, and some big stuff in the wrestling industry.
For sure.
I don't know what I just did there.
Are you talking about the Edge and Christian show? We always talk about the Edge and Christian show, but we should remind people that it's on every Monday after Raw. Check it out.
Yeah, and I will say, after going through the rough cuts for this coming week's ENC show on the WWE Network, my favorite yet.
Yeah? You're going on a limb and saying that, huh?
I like, so here I love the Kill Billy one because I was really hands-on with all of those shots, and you saw me that day. I thought it was Tarantino. I'm sitting there directing the thing and putting all these shots together. I'm attaching a foam 2x4 that I had to draw the hacksaw design onto. And
didn't I lay on the floor? Wasn't I laying on the floor underneath one of the shots holding something up too, like spinning
you chucked
wheel or something?
2x4. You chucked the 2x4 up to Beth.
Yeah.
And so here, real quickly, here's the Kill Billy thing. We got a sushi bar in Stamford, Connecticut for about 2 hours. So we have to bang out all of these scenes in that time. Throughout the week, I've been writing out the shots that I wanted to get,
and also put this out there too. It's a running, operating restaurant, so people are eating, and we have like a corner of it sectioned off to do our stuff. So that's what we're working with.
We have Kari Sane dressed up as the schoolgirl from Kill Bill. We have Beth dressed up as Uma Thurman from Kill Bill, and we get our props and everything. It's a foam 2x4, but it's plain. And the whole idea of this was it was Hacksaw's foam 2x4. So I'm sitting there with a Sharpie, drawing out the design, drawing in Hacksaw's face, all of those things, holding the camera and doing the shot, holding the camera while we spin the camera to get it was really fun, guerrilla shooting. Really liked it because it was so different than the rest of our episodes. I think this coming episode this week is our funniest. I think the Kill Billy might be the coolest. So
yeah, and that's the cool thing about like this season as well, right? We just had a chance to everyone seems a little different, right? So it's a good little, like I said, it's a variety show, so it's good to have that variety.
Yeah,
look what I did.
Yeah.
But it was a big week. That was in the world of wrestling, brother.
All AEW wrestling, all elite wrestling, big press conference.
Yeah.
We're doing Double or Nothing pay-per-view, May 25th, MGM Grand Arena in Vegas. 17. What do you think? What do you think? They gonna fill that thing?
Yeah, I think they will. I think there's. Yeah. I mean, they proved they could do it with All In, and I think they've not stumbled, but they've worked hard for this, and I think there's definitely an interest in it, and I think that they'll have a good turnout.
And the only reason I say that with a question mark is because All In was in Chicago, which is a wrestling stronghold. It's a
and it's pretty central to get to.
Yeah, Vegas is just a little different. That's the only reason I question. And it's a bigger arena. I think they ran a 10,000 seater last time. This is 17 plus. So, I hope they do. I really do. And the Jacksons and Cody, the Bucks and Cody, I love the fact that they had, even if they didn't have this vision right from the very beginning, they realized to shoot for the stars and give this a try. And then they run into, financial folks that are willing to do this, like we talked about with the Cons, and it's exciting.
Yeah. And then, you obviously see a guy like Chris Jericho who has established himself as, one of the top superstars of all time in the wrestling industry. And he's willing to, to go there and help build this promotion. So,
and see, that's just it with a guy like Chris. He doesn't need the money. He doesn't need the, the legacy or whatever. It's entertainment. The legacy, but you know what I mean? It's like he's fine. He's doing this to truly try and help this thing. And I think it's cool to see a known name like that hop on board. And I think it's good. It's good, man. Anytime there's a monopoly in anything, I never think it's good. So it's nice to see, the New Japans and the Ring of Honors and the Impacts and now AEWs of the world still either trying to begin or already be around. So it's good.
Right. Yeah. Very good. So we'll see where it goes from here.
Oh, Billy Gunn is going to be a backstage producer.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Good for him.
And you get a lot. Yeah, you get a lot of.
Speaking of Kill Billy,
look, we rocket strapped him.
Yeah, that's what we did, and we did have Cody, and we've had the Bucks on here, so
we're starting promotions too.
And we've had CD and Frankie on here. Oh my gosh,
we'll take credit for everybody and everything.
Right,
you're welcome.
We invented it.
Yeah. This rocket strap. The rocket strap is real.
Good on you, AEW. It's good for somebody.
I feel like in this Q&A, I feel like we're going to get some, probably get some AEW.
So you're telling me to shut up so we can talk about it during the Q&A. Okay, fair enough. Hey, Bohemian Rhapsody, real quick, because I loved it and I love Queen, quite possibly my favorite band. It's the Beatles and Queen, and Rami Malek won a Golden Globe for Best Actor, playing Freddie Mercury, and won Best Movie.
Golden Globes. Lady Gaga won one for. I
thought you were going to mention something about Gold Dust.
Well, I've had the Golden Globes. They don't feel good from Gold Dust. But my daughter thinks she's Lady Gaga. So she's now gone from the Lady Gaga music that she usually sings to the soundtrack of A Star Is Born. So,
wow.
So now she's super into the song Shallow. So she will do both parts, Bradley Cooper's and Lady Gaga's, but she puts a little bit more into it when it's Lady Gaga's part.
Bradley who? I mean,
yeah. So ridiculous. She had a babysitter over a couple weeks ago, and when we came back, she said, I walked in on her, and she was just by herself, and she didn't know I was standing there, and she goes, I heard her say to herself, "I'm Lady Gaga."
She's Lady Gaga. Yeah, it's so good. It's so fun to see. I mean, I thought I was Ace Frehley or Paul Stanley when I was her age. So, I mean, she's probably in a better direction. Debatable, but So Lyra told me on the way home from school the other day. I said, "So what do you want to be when you grow up?" She said, "No, I want to be a mermaid." And I said, "Well, is that a job?" And she said, "It's an undersea job." I'm like, hello, how do you not realize this? And her idea of a mermaid is that they ask you for your treasure instead of take it, like pirates. So they're much nicer than pirates.
They're like nice.
But then her fallback, she said, if not that, then a monster truck driver.
Well,
yeah. So I'm going to get her in touch with Medusa.
Yeah.
Who legit drives a monster truck. It's like, I can help you with that, kid.
Yeah. That's pretty much opposite ends of the spectrum right there.
Yeah. So, hey, real quick, what do you think? Right. Seattle, NHL.
I think it's great.
I think it's great too.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the Halifaxes and the Quebecs and the Hamiltons, but there's so many different things that go into that decision, and there's so many different politics between the Sabres and Leafs and, all of that. But I think it's cool. I think Seattle is a deserving city, and I know I've dropped this knowledge on your tiny little melon before, but Seattle, the Metropolitans, were the first American team to win the Stanley Cup.
Really?
Boom. There you go.
Like that. Just blew my mind.
Yep. And I hope they don't call them the Metropolitans again, though.
Yeah, I think it also evens out the teams again, right? Because they're an odd number right now. So
yeah,
I think that makes it a little more fair, a little better as far as scheduling and lining up like playoff slots and stuff like that. So
yeah,
Seattle's a cool town
again too.
Yeah.
Ooh, Seattle is my favorite town in North America.
Huh. What do you know?
There's Santa Cruz is up there too, but yeah. Seattle. I like Topanga Canyon, but that's not really a town. Well, you don't even know. You don't know what to say right now. You're dumbfounded.
I'm dumbfounded.
We got NXT UK Takeover Blackpool, January 12th. It's coming up. That's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, for sure. Like we talked about the NXT UK a few times on the podcast and the stuff that they're doing. So it'll be great to see this takeover. And we had Pete Dunne on last week. If you haven't heard it, go back and check it out. Good interview with him. Good dude. Obviously, he's performing at a really high level right now. So be great to see him, in his home country on that stage.
Show is set for NXT TakeOver Phoenix. So I know it's January 26th, but Ciampa, Aleister Black, NXT title. I'm always there anytime those guys are working. Baszler against Belair for the women's title. That'll be a really interesting match. Ricochet versus Gargano for the North American title. They're all really good matches. Undisputed Era against the War Raiders. It's a solid lineup there, Birdman.
It's a very good lineup.
Ruffle your feathers a little bit.
I'd like to get you on a takeover in an ass slap match. Just give you a good whack across the ass and then win the match and walk out.
Does that win you the match? Is that the idea? Like,
yeah.
As soon as you slap a person in the ass, the match is won.
Well, just you. So I'm the only one that could win.
Oh, I'm not allowed to smack your ass?
No.
Or you don't have an ass. So therefore it will be difficult for me. I'm kind of, it's not fair, really.
No.
Yeah. You got hot there. You went all silent. I can hear it. Should we get to this Q&A?
Yeah, let's Q it and A it, man.
Yeah, because I threw it out about half an hour ago, and as always, the what do they call it? The board's lit up. What did they say when the phone line's lit up? Even though it's obviously not a phone, but I just always liked it on WKRP when they'd say that. Johnny Fever, Dr. Johnny Fever. I'm really dating myself now. Anyway, Q&A starting now. What do you got, Birdman? I got one. Andy Begin at M something. I sent one a while back, but I'll ask again. When Edge was wrestling Shawn Michaels stuck in the grate, how in the hell did Edge keep a straight face in the ring? And so here's the deal. You know how Shawn would get down on his knees, and he used to wear kind of like that, like the long kind of tassel. It got stuck in the grating. And he went to get up and he fell back. It was so hard to keep a straight face, but I knew they would be cutting to me because he was falling and he was stuck. So I thought, they're going to cut to me. This is like supposed to be a serious match. This is supposed to, I got to hold it because I just knew they're not going to stay on him. Flailing around there trying to get extricated from the stage. So I was like, damn it, I got to hold a straight face. So that was the first thing that popped in my head. I was like, nope, they're cutting to me. Damn it, I can't laugh.
There you go.
So that was it. There you go.
Huh. Well, I got a question here from Shane Mason at Shane Mason Drums, which makes me believe he's a drum player.
You think?
Question is for Jay. I recently watched a clip of Goldberg spearing the hell in capitals out of you on a Monday Night Raw maybe 15 or so years ago. He literally broke you in half. Every time I watch it, I think, oh, you're still alive. That thing looked brutal. How did it feel? Laughy face with tears emoji. So he's looked brutal. He's worried that I was still alive, but he's laughing. So he didn't literally break me in half because I'm still walking.
Yeah,
so
we need to at least jump on the fact that, folks, literally means that you would actually be in half.
Right.
Like you would be two separate pieces.
Right.
So it didn't literally happen.
What you're saying is stick to drums, Shane Mason.
Yes.
No, how did it feel? Well, it was there, and I think we talked about this. Goldberg was on our very first episode ever of ENC's Pod of Awesomeness, and we talked about it. And it's a clip that still gets played every time, and it was just one of those ones where obviously he brought the spear, and I like to think that I took pretty good bumps. So it was one of those ones where when I turned around into it, he was already moving at such a fast pace, and when I stepped into it, we met at the exact right time. And yeah, it was there. I felt it, but pros doing what they do, and yeah, I was fine, and it was great, and the reaction says it all. That's how it's supposed to be.
And I mean, I think we both made a bit of a career out of being bumping heels. So stands to reason that if Goldberg spears you, it's going to look pretty insane. Monday Night Drewski wants to know, can Tommy Dreamer be a cast member on season 2 of Total Divos? I'm going to say the
Total Divos thing got a lot of people like it.
It did.
Want it to be its own show.
Here's the genesis of that, and that's one where I gotta say, like, for years I had always been saying, if they have divas, then I guess we're Divos. That was where that whole thing sprung from, was just saying that, and then taking actual scenes and some not actual scenes and then embellishing, obviously. But I think our crew of Tyler Breeze, Fandango, Ryder, Hawkins, and Ziggler, you and I, that's a pretty tight unit of Devo characters that if someone's going to want to get in and try and crack that roster, it's going to be tough.
Yeah. And nobody out there wants to lose their spot. It's coveted.
Right. Ooh, hockey question from Walter Walker. Hockey question. Which notorious enforcer would you not want to get into a scrap with? Also, which would you like to have as your heater to protect your team's star? California Hoser. Hashtag Puck Talk.
Good Hockey question from California.
Yeah, it is.
Hockey player that I wouldn't want to get in a scrap with. Who?
Here's
Maybe
what I'm going to
Chris Simon?
say is, ooh, wow.
I mean, you just couldn't hurt him. I don't think I ever saw him go down or get rocked. Like, he may have taken some more punches in certain fights, but certainly didn't lose many. But he was one of those guys that just seemingly you couldn't hurt him.
Yeah.
And he was a big dude.
Big dude. I mean, the first thing you think is Probert,
There's a guy right now that plays named Ryan Reeves.
Yeah.
Not Ryback.
Big kid.
But this is Ryan Reeves, and he plays for the Vegas Golden Knights. And I don't think I've ever seen that guy lose a fight. And he is a monster. Like, he's just a big, scary-looking dude.
I don't know if on skates I would want to try it with any of them.
No, right?
I mean, so if we're talking about would you not want to get a scrap with it?
We're talking,
Exactly. Like, you run in the bar and something happens, whatever. But skates would be a different thing. So here's who I would have protect our team star, and I'd go with a team of McSorley and Semenko because they did a great job with Gretzky. You know what? I'm gonna really throw everybody for a loop. I'm gonna say throw Gordie Howe in there because then he can pot you some goals too. He'll chuck some elbows. Boom, boom, boom.
The Gordie Howe hat trick. That's why they called it hat trick. Goal, assist, and fight.
I know. So, do you know he only did that once though?
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
But they just
there was another hockey enforcer too, a guy named Tony Twist that was pretty badass.
Yeah, St. Louis, right?
And after every one of his fights, they play on the loudspeaker, "Let's twist again. Let's twist again." So, I would.
And also, hold on, there was like a tag team in St. Louis there too. There's the Adam Oates, Brett Hull era, right? So one of the best names ever for a fighter in hockey. So you had Tony Twist and you had Garth Butcher.
Garth Butcher wasn't really a fighter though, but like to me,
he would drop him though.
Well, you want to talk about best fighting names? They called him the Grim Reaper. Yeah. So, I mean, that's a pretty badass name right now. If I was
we could go down this wormhole.
I know, but I'm just going to answer the second part of his question. In today's NHL, I think I would take Ryan Reeves because he can score you a few goals. He can play the game, and that's what you have to have now. Like, there's no guys that are just on the team just to fight. You have to be able to play a little bit.
Probert, I think Probert got 24 goals one season. So
Probert scored some goals too. I think right now, if you're asking me right now, I would say like Ryan Reeves, or you look like a guy like Tom Wilson on Washington, who's playing on your top line but can also fight. So, there you go.
There you go. A little hockey chat there. We've had quite a bit of hockey chat today. From Zachary K. Who wins in a fight, Shettle Flatnose or Paul Smackage? I mean, come on.
What do you think?
I mean, Smackage doesn't have axes.
Right.
It's like you're not going to fight a hockey player on ice, on skates.
Yeah.
You're not going to... Shettle's always going to have an axe.
Right.
So...
Did I hear somebody just mention my name, brother? I'm on a little bit of an audio delay here in Grapevine, Texas, brother. The Wi-Fi's not so good, but I'm gonna tell you this right now, and I'm gonna tell you like I told you before, brother. You bring your axes, you bring your brooms, it doesn't matter what you got, brother. You can bring a flower pot, it doesn't matter, because when I roll you up, guess what? They're not gonna do you any good anyways, brother. Let me tell you right now, I'll take your little Viking beard, I'll tie it up real tight, real nice, just like a bow tie, brother. And I'll roll you up so you look pretty when I got you all on your back, brother. And I'll get you down for the 1, 2, 3, all the way to 100, brother. It doesn't matter if you're a Viking, or if you're a sailor, or if you're a postman, brother. You're never safe. Nobody's safe from Paul's package, brother. Nobody. And I'm on my way back to Grapevine. I'm out of here, brother.
Okay. The things I always take away from our Paul Smackage drive-bys, he has Wi-Fi. That surprises me.
Yeah.
He also has something against post carriers.
Yeah.
Against mail carriers, apparently.
Well, he works all cash, right? He works off the gate, so I guess he doesn't have any respect for the postman because
he's not waiting for checks in the mail. Is what you're saying?
Not waiting for checks. Yeah. If anything, it might be like audits from the IRS or something.
So he's not cashing checks and breaking necks.
Yeah.
I don't know. He sounded a little afraid, I'm not going to lie.
I think he's pretty confident.
I don't know. Jordan Zane at Omega Pyro something. If you guys could play any superhero or villain in a movie, who would it be? I think Sabretooth, if they ever reintroduce Sabretooth into the X-Men universe, would be a lot of fun. For me. I think I think it's already been cast, but Beta in Walking Dead would have been cool.
Yeah.
I think I've heard people tell me Jack Reacher, because he's 6'4", 250, and I think those are the ones that pop to the top of my head when I think of stuff like that there. Ryan MC, if Zack Ryder had to choose between his figures and Chelsea Green, what do you think his choice would be?
Action figures for sure.
Right?
Yeah, without a doubt.
Okay. DeGruy, DEGRUY, what's a bump that looks more painful than it actually is?
A bump that looks more painful than it actually is.
Yeah.
Huh.
I can tell you one off the top of my head.
All right, go for it.
And it all depends on the person executing it, and you're basically left up to how they execute it. And it sounds simple and it sounds crazy, but a body slam.
Yeah, because if you get over-rotated,
if they over-rotate you, or if they don't, they can drop you on the top of your shoulders, and it's all up to the person doing it. I remember I took one from Big Show, and he's just so damn tall, right?
Right.
And I hit a little bit feet first, which caused me to then hit lower back, and my entire back seized up. I rolled out of the ring and I couldn't lift my feet. And it was like a no DQ match. Oh, it's weird.
This sounds weird too, but a monkey flip can be the same way.
Yep.
Right? Because if you get
giving and receiving.
Right. And yeah, because if you're I remember I had a hard time when I was wrestling training, and I took a lot of pride that I picked it up really, really fast, but I had a hard time, first of all, giving monkey flips, because I'd always come down and slam my lower back, and this bruise, and we just kept working on monkey flips, and it just hurt me so bad. But I remember taking monkey flips too. If you get over rotated on that, you can kind of snap your forward, a bit of a whiplash motion, right? And if you don't get thrown far enough, you can land out under your shoulder blades first, and then kind of come down on your lower back and your feet. So there's that too. Sometimes with that, it just depends on how hard the person is pushing you off with their legs. I got one here from Jord at Jord Robinson 23. Apart from the obvious TLC, did you guys have a favorite stipulation in a match? You can include the Rumble, because I know Adam won one complete with dad bod, winky emoji. So
winky emoji.
Yeah, you dad bodded your way to
what's Jord looking like? I'm guessing he probably looks like a bag of yogurt. Exactly.
Let me see. Well, there is a picture of Jord. Yeah, he shouldn't be calling anybody out on his dad bods. Yeah, just saying.
Exactly.
I don't know. I never got a chance to participate in one, but I always wanted to be in an Iron Man match. I really just wanted to go in there, and I remember pitching a couple times too, and it wasn't necessary for an Iron Man match, but I really wanted to just go out there for a full hour and just do a match. And never got a chance, but I think that would have been my favorite stipulation, just because it's such a challenge to pace yourself and to keep the audience engaged the entire length of that type of match. And I felt like I was really up for that challenge. Never had a chance to do it, but I always wanted to do it. And I just think that is a pretty cool stipulation.
Yeah.
And there's so many different things you can do with it, right? Like nobody has a fall going into the last minute, or one person is down a fall, or there's a couple falls pretty quickly at the start, or whatever, or a few falls quickly towards the end, and then you're scrambling to try to get that last pin. There's so many different ways you can go with it. I just think that it's wide open to tell a good story in a match like that, if you're capable of telling those.
I've never been one of those either. Yeah, I've never been one of those either. I think that would be a cool, fun one to try and to wrap your brain around. Yeah, I'm going to agree. Hey, here's one thing, though, and I think I might have mentioned it in the history of the show, but why do they call it an Iron Man match still when it's two women wrestling?
I don't know.
Should be an Iron Woman match. That bugs me when I see that. I'm like, oh, it's an Iron Man match. No. Yeah. Nicole at Nicole Wrestling, who came up with the music video and lyrics for Straight Outta Greenwich or Welcome to Greenwich. By the way, that song was actually amazing.
Yeah. We came up with the idea for the video, right?
Yeah.
As a collective.
Well, we based the whole episode around that. Is that we'll come up with one idea as the thread throughout the episode.
So, and we knew we wanted to
trying to fit in Greenwich.
Yeah, we knew we wanted to do
episode.
this ridiculous music video with the different scenes and stuff like that. But I believe Mike Pongratz, who we had on a couple weeks ago, we had the writers, our little writers room from Edge and Christian Show, season 2 on there. I think he wrote the majority of the lyrics, and we might have tinkered with it a little bit, but I think he wrote the majority of the jingle. Yeah.
What we'll do is we'll basically write here. We'll write down a bunch of ideas and say, here, can you somehow make this into something? And then sure enough, it was the same with the Edge and Cena show jingle. I said, so here's some lines. I don't know if they work. And then the next morning we'll get back, Mike, spitting bars on Welcome to Greenwich and complete with backing track, and because he's got a home studio, and man, he he killed it on those. And I never thought that me twerking would be seen on television, but it was.
Good question. This one's from Bobby at Bodo the Punny. Bodo the Punny. I think that's what it is. For you both, is there any particular match you personally felt was one of your best, but it doesn't tend to get the mention as much as others that are up there on the list? And actually, off the top of my head, there's one that you and I had that was when we had split up and we were feuding for the Intercontinental Championship, and I just lost it back to you. And we were just kind of maybe starting to start to feel, what we thought we should have had off the hop with our feud. We've talked about how we both had some issues, and we maybe put too much pressure on ourselves to really make this into something. But there was an under the radar, and I think it was an all UK pay-per-view where we had a cage match in the old blue cage. And
Rebellion, maybe.
Yeah, one of those. But I think that's one that I never hear about. But if you go back and watch it, I thought it was a really, really well done cage match, and obviously the audience that was there that night helped quite a bit. But we had kind of gotten the storyline along this way to where it was, and it was cool because we both grew up watching, in the Hogan with that blue cage, and it was just cool for us to get to have a chance to get in there and wrestle. And even the kind of unique finish we did where I had climbed all the way over, and you had reached through and grabbed my feet and took your wrist tape off and tied my feet together. And I was like, literally fingertips were almost like maybe a half an inch from the ground. And you climbed down and jumped down right beside me for the finish. I think that one was under the radar off the top of my head.
I thought, we came up with a cool finish that I'd never seen in a cage before and was possible with that cage. Couldn't do it, obviously, in the cages they use now. But growing up seeing, Hogan and Orndorff and Hogan and Boss Man and Hogan and Bundy and Owen and Brett in the blue cage, it was fun to be in that one. But that thing hurt a lot.
It did.
That thing didn't give at all. So I see why they got rid of it. But I'm glad to do one in there, and it seemed fitting that we were against each other.
Yeah. Eric Suter at eSuter2488 is asking, if you traded the wrestling ring for the Olympic rings, what events would you guys consider or dream of competing in, individual, team, summer, winter?
I can already tell you what you would be in.
I would be
triple jump.
On the... I need the triple jump.
Be the triple jump.
Yeah. Yeah, should we tell the triple jump story then? So people know the backstory on that?
I guess we should, yeah.
Yeah, so there was a summer town up in Canada, a little beach town called Wasaga Beach, and we were up there camping out one night or something, and we're young guys, late teenagers, and we ended up having a little conversation with some girls, and next thing you know, we're on the beach in the evening, and we're joking around with them, and I'd somehow jokingly had come up with this story that I was that I won the bronze medal in the last Summer Olympics in the triple jump. And I said it jokingly. And
Never
I
mind
guess
that
it was
you were
because-
18.
Right. But I guess the thing is that I didn't say I was a gold medalist. I said I was a bronze medalist. And I guess and it was just obscure enough to be believable.
Yeah, and this is pre-Google.
Really?
This is pre-cell phone, so they couldn't quickly check and go, bullshit.
Yeah, and then we were joking around about it. And then as we were offside, I think I said to our buddy John, I said, John, where was the last Olympics in case they ask? So the joke is that when we were chatting, I was doing these really bad triple jumps behind everyone's back. So just like my friends could see it and they were laughing and it was just ridiculous. So
hence you would be in the triple jump.
I'd be in the triple jump, or I think I would also do the gymnastics mats where they just run and jump and bounce and do the flips and stuff. I feel like I could pull that off pretty good.
I don't think you would pull that off at all.
Yeah. In Winter Olympics, obviously team sport, I would put myself in hockey. Or maybe ski jumping, like Eddie the Eagle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm a bird.
There you go. I could see you. You're a bird. Yeah. You're the
Jay the bird.
As my the Jaying mantis. Get it?
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to know where that? I got an email from Dwayne Harkness this week, and he said, "Hey, you should call Jay the Jaying mantis." And lo and behold, I got to use it. Yeah. So you could take on tofu stew.
Yeah. That'd be great.
Yeah. When's Beth Phoenix back on the pod? Nicole. She's not allowed back on.
Whenever she wants to put herself over.
Right?
Betty.
When she has something to plug. Although this week after Kill Billy,
yeah,
man, around this household,
jeez.
Oh, you can't even imagine. She's like talking about agents and like appearance fees and the fact that she didn't get one yet. Yeah.
Well,
so
see, there's anything left in the budget. So Bailey at Bailey Jean wants to know. I was at Unforgiven 2000 as a little E&C mark back in the day. Was Jeff Hardy supposed to fall out of the cage that early in the cage match? If not, what was it like working the rest of the? What was it? If not, what was it? What was that? If not, what was that like working the rest of the match after it happened? Thanks, love the show. No, that was supposed to happen. The stipulation of the match was both members of the team had to get out and touch the floor to win the match. It was a little something different we threw. I think we had pitched that, right? And so the whole thought process was I think we knocked Jeff out and we isolated Matt and double teamed him, did some damage, brother, and then we also Jeff kept trying to climb back into the cage to help his brother out, and we kept knocking him off, right? And then finally we did like a big double down, and Jeff got back in and did a big dive off the top, and yada yada. Am I right in that?
You are right in that, and that is also the match where I bulldogged Matt off by the top of the cage of the top rope, and was very worried that there could have been an accident. There wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Nicole, again, it's my 14th birthday soon. Can I get you guys to sing happy birthday for me, please? No one wants to hear that.
Let's do it anyway.
I guess except Nicole.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday
to you.
Happy birthday, dear
Nicole.
Happy birthday to you. See, horrible. Yeah, that was pretty horrible. Folks, you might just want to fast forward past that part if you're
horrible
listening to
or
that.
Horribly good.
TJP at the real TJP. Which wrestling promotion, here back to AEW, do you think will be at the top of the food chain within 10 years? I mean, WWE.
Yeah, I think it pretty much goes without saying. I think.
Yeah, I mean, no matter even if heaven forbid something happens to Vince in that time, and it's still going to be WWE. I don't think that much can change within 10 years. I really don't. Not to say that there won't be others that are viable and possibly thriving places for people to work, which is great. But yeah, I mean, if you're looking at top of the food chain, I don't think that's going to change.
Yeah. Right. Well, I echo your statement.
Sentiment?
Yeah. Charlie Starr at Captain X Bridger. Edge, how long were you under the ring during ECW One Night Stand when you speared John Cena? Christian, why did you do the hand over your eyes gesture when you walked out? So, 2 questions. One for each of us.
Jay, because he's a squinty fucker. He just likes to squint.
Yeah.
So, you know, he'll blame the lights were in his eyes, things like that. He just likes to squint. So that's probably why there.
I'm just naturally squinty.
Just a squinty buck.
Yeah.
I was under there. Honestly, don't remember, to be perfectly honest. I can't remember if it was before the show or if it was partway through. I honestly, I can't remember that one.
Yeah.
Again, I don't remember meeting Mark Messier, so that one just floated out of the old gray matter. I don't know.
As far as my question goes, and I've gotten asked a lot, you know, because I used to talk like the entire way to the ring, and what did you say? And honestly, I don't even know what I said. I just started talking, and I couldn't even tell you what I said on whatever night it was. Probably had a lot to do with "Man, I'm really over." I know that was probably in there at some point. But other than that, I don't know what I said. But the hand over the eyes gesture was basically me looking for my peeps. You know? That's what it was.
There you go.
Pretty cut and dry. Yeah.
Pretty cut and dry. I would like to, it's a quick little Queen one, since we're talking about Queen, double Queen related question from Nicole again. Oh, Nicole, you're on fire with your questions today. What's your favorite song by Queen, and do you like Adam Lambert with Queen? I would like to go see Queen with Adam Lambert, but I'm not expecting it to be Queen. You know, nobody's Freddie Mercury. So,
right.
You know, oh man, there's a lot of Queen songs that I love. There's a couple that not too many people know about, like Sail Away Sweet Sister, sung by Brian May. That is one of my favorite Queen songs. I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's one of. So there you go. Go look it up. It's a deep track. Deep track, brother.
Yeah. It is deep. Is that for me as well? Do I have to answer it?
I don't, you probably don't know, right?
Bohemian Rhapsody? Because Wayne's World? I don't know.
There you go.
Matt Dixon at the Matt Dixon. If Adam got his wish and was able to come into WWE with his real name, being that you were brothers, would Jay have had to use his name also? Hardy Boys with a Z, Dudley Boys with a Z, and Copeland Boys with a Z. Thoughts?
So you'd be stuck with my last name. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think we probably came up with something different. But the Z's were a thing at that point in time. And the Radicals came in. They had a Z.
The 90s loved them some Z's.
They love Z's. Man, they love Z's.
Here's a good one. Jimmy R. at DCU Gooner. Strictly in terms of visual aesthetics, what are your favorite titles, both currently and historically? That's a good one. That's a good one. Strictly in terms of visual aesthetics, what are your favorite titles, both currently and historically?
Man, well, my favorite titles were I like the world title that Hogan had.
Yes.
The one
Which one? Which one?
Right before the one that was right before the Winged Eagle one.
Yes. That was like an oval kind of shaped, right?
Right. That was
right
my
after
favorite.
The green one.
Right. That was my favorite. Yeah. And the classic, the Intercontinental title you see now with the black strap when that was first presented, I think, to Tito Santana after Greg Valentine destroyed it. The one previous in a cage match after he lost it. And that was, they presented him with that new Intercontinental title. I just thought it looked really sharp. And, dreaming as a kid to one day be the Intercontinental champion and hold that title, I got to have that one when they brought it back with the white strap. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I think, currently and historically, it's the IC title for me, because that was the one that, Savage and Steamboat, everyone, and I missed out on it. I got the it was fine, but the Oval IC title one, I won the damn thing 5 times, but I never got that right. Classic. So when I saw you win it, I was like, son of a bitch. That's awesome. So obviously we're biased toward the 80s, because to me, the tag team titles, the Hart Foundation, Bulldogs Demolition tag team titles, there are no other tag team titles. These Roman Gladiator ones, I mean, just no. So yeah, I would say those 3. And there's that U.S. Championship, the Luger Steamboat, kind of late 80s era. Super cool as well. Jeffrey Spella at J Spella. Have there been talks between AEW and Grapevine's favorite son? Also, yeah. Okay, answer that one first.
Well, I think if they're willing to pay him in cash. I don't think he likes to leave a paper trail,
Right.
So I'm not sure what the negotiations are, and he seems like he's gone at this point. But next time we have him on, maybe we can get some clarity on that. But he seems, I don't know if he wants to be locked down. He likes making towns, man.
Yeah, making the towns. Also, the Edge and Christian show on the network has been a riot. Any other fun tales from those tapings you can share? Anything you wanted to do but were told you couldn't? Are we getting a season 3? And love you guys. Multi-tiered question.
Right.
Fun tales. I mean, honestly, the great part about doing this show, we had so much freedom that, the fun tales from the tapings, I mean, it was all day. Every new person that we had in, we just had fun. And that was the resounding kind of thing that I took from it, is that everybody who came on went, man, that was a blast. And are we allowed to do that? And so far, I think I can think of one instance where it didn't fly. And but other than that, we've been just kind of doing our thing. Season 3, man, I don't know. It's a lot of work. Schedules and such and all that. I think we had a 1.5 year break between season 1 and season 2. At least this time, if we were to do a season 3, now we have a template set that I think is much more, what we had envisioned, like we've talked about.
Right. Yeah, the whole and as far as at moments, there the whole time we were filming was a great moment. Everybody had a blast doing it. So it was a lot of fun. It was the whole thing, the whole process to me was memorable, just because of we were doing it with our friends and everyone had fun. To me, that's what it was all about. Here's one. Has Christian ever? Has Christian? That's what threw me off. Has Christian have you? I'll just do it like this. Christian, have you bought all the houses on your street yet? Because if you don't remember, you're going to buy them all to make it a bird town. So there's one person holding out at the end of the street for more money, and we'll hit the number at some point. But so most of them I've converted into walk-in closets. And one is a bird, and one has become a bird sanctuary, where I just have just little places where I just go and perch and meditate.
Meditate now, huh? Good.
Yeah.
Good for you. I would picture more of a bird village than a bird town.
Yeah.
Huh. Will we see a rematch of you guys playing hockey and up, up, down, down? Trust me, the Birdman doesn't want any part of that.
Yes, I do. I was not regulation controllers. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll just, you want that one left where it is. Aiden Fortune, does Paul Smackage have any personal demons that he'd like to discuss on air?
I think he might
He's
be
going to have to
Dr. Pepper.
Really?
I think so. Yeah. And the limelight, man.
That's
he's got to have it.
okay. Fair enough.
Here's one from Mike Booble at MT Booble. Who is your favorite WCW cruiserweight, and why is it La Parka? I got a kick out of La Parka, actually, when he played the guitar with the chair and the whole deal. But honestly, my favorite was Rey Mysterio.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're probably both pretty biased there, but I mean, I love El Del Santo and Blue Demon, and but I mean, Ray Ray's taking it to a completely different level to me personally than anyone, and to me he's a generational guy. He's a generational superstar, and that there's only one Rey Mysterio. There's only ever going to be one Rey Mysterio. That's how special I think Rey is. And even, this week, you see him doing that Canadian Destroyer with Almas. And it's like, still. And doing that splash to Randy with the chair. He's still coming up with innovative ways, to do things, man. And just yesterday, he actually, he texted me. And he sent me some clips of a match we had for the world title in MSG at Royal Rumble. And he was like, man, Edjo, we tore it up. And just in seeing the clips, I was like, man, I don't know, Ray's just, when you were trying to put the thinking cap on for ideas for a match with Ray, the sky was truly the limit, which as a performer, I mean, my gosh, you got a blank canvas to work with because you can truly do almost anything. And I would think the same would be now with like Ricochet and guys like that. But man, Ray's a special thing altogether.
Yeah. Here's one from Oscar Silva at WWE Enthusiast. What's the preparation like for an elimination chamber? And they're intense because, man, the elimination chamber hurts a lot. That steel grate that surrounds it, the chains, like even just climbing the chain around it, like hurts your hands. You're not going to come out of it unscathed. You're going to be, you're going to get some bruises. You're going to get banged up, and those matches are always a challenge when there's multiple talent involved and a timer and all those sorts of things. So it's a beast.
They sucked. They really did in terms of just how they felt. I mean, it was fun. I think I've said this on here before, but one of my favorite matches was 2011 Elimination Chamber, and just sat down and I really put a lot of thought into that one. I was very happy with how it turned out, but that you're going to hurt a lot during and after, and especially when you feel it during, you're like, damn, that hurt now. What is that going to feel like tomorrow?
I was only in one Elimination Chamber match, and I was excited because I'd never been in one before. And it's one of those ones where, there's a story to tell, right? So you're trying to, make sure everybody, the goal in any match is to make sure that in a match like that everybody comes out of it looking better than they did going in, no matter who's winning. And, so that's a bit of a challenge, but a fun challenge to try to figure out, how everybody fits into this, obviously with the different styles and different body types and, what's going on storyline wise with, maybe two guys are in a heated feud or whatever it is. You have to be aware of all those storylines and try to tell that story. So it's a challenge, but it's a fun one. And when it comes together and after, and you look back on it, it's almost like this sense of like pride that you've, accomplished something pretty big.
This is an interesting one. Sir Di Robert Lewis. Where were there workers during your wrestling days you wish had got to WWE for you to face that didn't get signed? It's a little confusing, but and the first two I can think of is I always think I wish I had been in the same promotion as Brett at the same time.
Yeah,
I would have loved to have wrestled Brett.
Yep.
But Samoa Joe, I really, when I would watch him wrestle, I'm like, oh man, so many things to do there, and AJ, I think, when they were, with you down in TNA there, I think those would be the first names that pop into mind. Also, it's tough because Nakamura, as he was really catching a stride in Japan, I was already retired. But I think he would have been a fun guy to really mesh styles with.
Yeah, for me, I think off the top of my head, would be a guy like Kenny Omega. When I watched the matches that he had, is having in New Japan. Every time I just like, man, I could do so many things with this guy. Like, just tear it down. I think off the top of my head, that would be the guy that, especially where he's at now. I think that would be a good one.
Yeah. Again,
should we do what?
Tanahashi would be one too that I think would be really interesting because he's a guy similar in size to me and things like that. Yeah. So that would be fun.
Interesting story with that. I was actually, when I was NWA champion, I was supposed to go to Japan and wrestle. I think it was in Sumo Hall, I want to say. I was supposed to have a title versus title match with Tanahashi. And and it almost happened, and I was super excited about it. I really wanted to do it, and it fell through kind of last minute just because travel arrangements. There was like a pay-per-view that I had to be back here for, and with the timing of both matches, I couldn't get back on time for the pay-per-view if I went there and did that. So it didn't work out, but that would have been a pretty cool one to cross off the list as well. Should we do one more and call it?
And then wrap her up? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
All right. Well, so fire away.
So Deermolish at PSN Deermolish for Edge. Which move actually is your finisher? I've seen you use so many. And for Christian, where did the idea for the kill switch / Imperial move come from? It's always been one of my favorites. Yeah. So for me, I was looking when before I came to WWE. Obviously, and being a smaller guy, I really wanted a move that I could hit on anybody. And that was important to me. Something where I didn't have to pick somebody up, where maybe I couldn't pick up a guy like a Mark Henry or somebody like that, that wouldn't be believable that I could pick somebody up like that. But I wanted something different. And I remember I was watching some Japanese tapes, like All Japan or something, and Tommy Rogers was using the Tamikaze, and I think he might have used it a little bit in ECW as well.
He did it like a bit of a bulldog, though, right?
He did it more of a bulldog. Yeah, he did the turn the same, where he grabbed the arms and he turned the person, but then he would do 2 or 3 steps and then kind of run and jump. And when I saw it, it wasn't used in the match I saw it in. It wasn't used as a finish. It was used as just a move in the match. So to me, I was like, man, hold on a second. I've never seen it, but the thing that caught me off guard was the grabbing of the arms and spinning. I couldn't figure out how he did that. So I had it on a VCR, so I did the pause and the slow motion where you had to keep pushing the button on the VCR to see how he did the spin. Yeah. And as I was doing the slow motion, and he was in he had his opponent in that position, in my head I was like, well, if he just dropped instead of taking the steps, if he just dropped backwards almost like a DDT, it could look more devastating and be used as a finish. So that's where I got kind of the blueprint for the kill switch / I'm Prettier, and I tried it to a couple people in the wrestling gym, and it seemed to work out really well, and nobody had ever seen it before. And that was probably a year before I even got to WWE, and I never used it anywhere. I just had it in my back pocket because I was like, somebody's going to see this and take it and use it, and then I'm out. So I kept it in my back pocket until I got to WWE, and the first time I ever used it was, I think, against Dick Togo. When I first Yeah. I think it was my second match in WWE. I'd beaten Taco for the light heavyweight title, and the next night I wrestled Dick Togo, and I used it then. And I just remember the reaction from the crowd. He took it amazing as well. So that's where that came from.
Nice. I don't know, something about my finishers. I don't know. I didn't,
You got the spear. Dramatic execution. It's not bad to have a few different ones. Even for false.
Yeah, I just tried to insert edge into all of them at some point. I think honestly, my favorite though would have been what I was trying to get over near the end of my career again was I called it the Educator, which was kind of a reverse figure 4 / sharpshooter thing.
Yeah, it was good.
That I stumbled on one day in the ring with Val. Him and I were just rolling around the ring working out, and I went, hey, hold on a second. And I'd never seen anybody do it. I'm not claiming I invented it. I don't know. But I had never seen anyone do this, and I was like, okay, it's a little bit of an ankle lock, it's a bit of a sharpshooter, it's a bit of a figure four here, and it's easy to get into. So I honestly think that was my favorite. Yeah, and I never got it off the ground. After a while, I don't know, forgot about it, and then near the end of my career, started using it again. But I'd like to say that was my favorite.
Huh.
Yeah,
cool story, bro.
Yep, there you go, bro.
Yeah. Well, the Q&As are always a fun time. Always good to get the
some good questions, and we're leaving a lot of good questions on the table. So I'm already going through a bunch that are great, but we'll get to them at some point.
We'll get to them, brother. Don't worry. So,
sister.
Yeah. But anyway, I got to cut this short, man. I got more radio and media calls to do here for Night Fight.
I knew you were going to get one more plug in. There you go.
Yeah. Plug in, motherfucker.
Okay, go do it.
Yeah. All right. Well,
next week, posers.